Hi friends, how are you? Hope all of you are fine. Today is the continuation of last class, chemical reactions and equations. Let us see what chemical equation is. Symbolic representation of a chemical reaction in the form of symbols and formulae wherein the reactants are given on the left hand side and the products are on the right hand side. Okay, so it is the symbolic representation. We are using symbols and formulae of chemicals. One more thing you should remember, reactants are on the left hand side and the products we are writing on the right hand side. Let us see one reaction, that is the reaction between magnesium and oxygen. Here, how we can write the chemical equation? First of all, we should know symbol of magnesium. Symbol of magnesium is Mg. Formula of oxygen is O2. Formula of magnesium oxide is MgO. So, we should know the symbols and formula in order to write the chemical equation of a reaction. Okay, so we can write 2Mg plus O2 gives 2MgO. State of each chemical also we will represent. Here magnesium is in the solid state, oxygen is in the gaseous state and magnesium oxide is in the solid state. State of each chemical is represented within the brackets. Next, we are going to see types of chemical equations. What are the types of chemical equations? First one is balanced chemical equation. Balanced chemical equation. Definition is also given below. That is, the number of atoms of each element on either side of the chemical equation are the same. If the condition is satisfied, then that equation is called a balanced chemical equation. You should remember what? Number of atoms of each element on either side of the equation are the same. So, let us see an equation we have already discussed. 2Mg plus O2 gives 2MgO. Look at magnesium. Here, the number of atoms of magnesium on the left hand side are 2. Similarly, the number of atoms of magnesium on the right hand side are also 2. And look at the oxygen. The number of atoms of oxygen on the left hand side are 2. Similarly, the number of atoms of oxygen on the right hand side are also 2. So, this is a balanced chemical equation. And in the case of 2MgO, you should remember that 2 is distributed to both the magnesium and oxygen. Next, we will see the second type of chemical equation, that is unbalanced chemical equation. Here is the definition. Number of atoms of each element on either side of the chemical equation are not the same. Here you should remember the number of atoms of each element on either side are not the same. Then it is called the unbalanced chemical equation. Let us see one unbalanced chemical equation and we will try to balance it. This is the reaction between iron and water. Fe plus H2O gives Fe3O4 plus H2. All of you know that this is unbalanced chemical equation because the number of atoms of each element on either sides are not the same. In the case of iron, the number of atoms on left hand side is 1 and the number of atoms on the right hand side are 3. So, it is not equal. In the case of hydrogen, the number of atoms on the left hand side are 2 and on the right hand side are also 2, it is equal. But in the case of oxygen, the number of atoms on the left hand side is 1 and the number of atoms of oxygen on the right hand side are 4. So it is not equal. So this is an unbalanced chemical equation. So what we have to do is, first of all, we have to balance the number of atoms of iron on either side. For that, we should multiply left hand side iron with 3 and we will get the equation as 3Fe plus H2O gives Fe3O4 plus H2. So, the number of atoms of iron on either side of the equation are balanced. But still, the number of oxygen atoms on either side of the equation are not equal. So, we have to balance it. For that, we have to multiply left hand side H2O with 4 because on the right hand side the number of oxygen atom is 4. After multiplication with 4, we will get the equation as 3Fe plus 4H2O gives Fe3O4 plus H2. So, if you look at this equation, you can see that the number of oxygen atoms on either side are balanced now because on the right hand side and on the left hand side, number of oxygen atoms are equal. That is, it is 4. But at this time, we can see that the number of hydrogen atoms on either side are not equal. On the left hand side, the number of hydrogen atoms are 8. But on the right hand side, the number of hydrogen atoms are only 2. So, what we have to do? We should multiply right hand side hydrogen or H2 with 4. After multiplication, we will get the final equation as 3Fe plus 4H2O gives Fe3O4 plus 4H2. If you look at this equation, we can see that the number of atoms of each element are equal on either side. The number of atoms of iron on the left hand side are 3. Similarly, the number of atoms of iron on the right hand side are also 3. The number of atoms of hydrogen on the left hand side are 8. That is 4 into 2, 8. Similarly, the number of atoms of hydrogen on the right hand side are also 8. 4 into 2 is equal to 8. The number of atoms of oxygen on the left hand side are 4. Similarly, the number of atoms of oxygen on the right hand side are also 4. Thus, an unbalanced chemical equation becomes balanced. Hope all of you understood how to balance a chemical equation. If you like my channel, please share and subscribe. We will see in the next class with a new topic. Thank you.